Hey, Gremlin here with Hunter. Welcome back to Satisfactory. Um, Done a bit since last time. I got a sorting system mapped out. I also added a bit of level 4. Mostly so I could just sort of plan ahead on, run along this. It's just the framework, the perimeter, because I wanted to factor that once we get back here, we're gonna stop building levels at this point, this corner here. Uh, from here on, because over the edge, there's a bunch of empty stuff, but way over here is this one drone port. I'm intending to put more drone ports all along this line, and while I think the drone would probably just go right through the ceiling, it wouldn't, hurt it at all, it wouldn't impede it, but it would look stupid. So we'll just go with what we've got here. And am I flying, or what am I doing? I guess so. I'm gonna put in a wall. Well, something like a wall, maybe. I don't know. Leave it open, maybe. This is going to be the sorting system. To a degree, it is, except it's not. I updated. Let me find a dark background. I That works. I updated from make one to actually program it because it is in place and it's technically halfway programmed in that I went ahead and anything not accounted for goes through, any undefined. That way, I think if I don't do that, if two things go into a splitter and the same thing, which they often are, it will one will go to the side and one will just keep going. We don't want that. Otherwise, nothing's programmed yet anywhere except sort of for the very end. Because right now, if you look at any one of these, it's just nothing goes to the side ever, which is fine. But here at the end, on the side, I've got the junk basket. Well, let me make sure you can see it. Junk basket. It's also labeled on the other side. Because we might... it's going to get weird with this here, but we could probably have a... We could also go up a couple levels. We can go up there and have a spillover valve thing that we get too much of something, it'll just snake its way out into a ticket mulcher again. Otherwise, the line... I don't have any power poles over here yet. Oh, this is just... It was here, so I picked it up and put these down and put it back, kinda. It's temporary. These are 3 different input boxes. Of course, they're empty because they're draining. That's input. Over here is another input, and a third over here, which means that if we get backed up, we at least have 3 double boxes plus whatever sits on the conveyors handling that for us. So if we want to throw something in, I don't care what, rubber, let's go with that. It will go over here through this box, there it is now, through that box and down to the floor, and it should, because it's not meant to go anywhere yet, just go all the way to the end into the junk box. Which for now is fine, because we haven't decided where otherwise to put it. Is there a couple of rubbers in there? Okay. I don't want them, but okay. That's what I've got. I've also got the general information that this is entirely full of batteries, and it's way more than 1 double box. Is it this one? Yeah. This was actually in the air there, but I basically moved it. I built these and drained it, all the stuff into it. So these are not going to be a single double box for any given object that we might have. We're going to stack them and do lifts in the back, so it'll look like those, ultimately building up into the sky. But I think we can probably just do it as we need to. Last time we kind of, every time I put down a box, I made sure that I got all of them. And there's like, I want to say it's 50... I actually have a list. Let me count these real well. I can count these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. So there's 70. There's 69 because that's whatever isn't accounted for. And that's, I think, pretty much what we need because I looked at, well, I looked at parts. This is not, in fact, the entire list because there's no ore. You know, if you get just iron ore, it's not in this list. But a lot of these things are kind of abstract. If there's really no having a box and routing something like, well, I can't find an example now. Package, that's not what I'm... Is there just... There should be, oh, it's not alphabetical, that's part of the problem. Somewhere in here there's all sorts of stuff that would, like nitric acid, there's no storing it. It's not an object you can pick up, you have to package it. That's why that's there. So, this list being like 106 things long, some of them we're just not doing, and some aren't on this list that we're going to account for, like ores. So, let's think for a sec. And, actually, let me think for a sec, here I'm back. Okay, so as an example, we've got this, sulfur, isn't it? Or is it limestone? I think it's sulfur. Yeah. That's coming back here, in order to... Power poles here. In order to mix with coal, which is coming up from where the coal is, or where it ends up. Goes in here, those two mix, and we get black powder, because who doesn't want more of that? And that ultimately gets into the port here and gets flown off and brings back smokeless powder from a machine that we have where that's more accomplishable. We could, as an example, just decide somehow to take out all of this, actually, but enough of it to snake the input from just pick one of these. Although, I'm trying to think if I intend to have another drone port right exactly next to this. That might get ugly. It would work. I could just put down the conveyor, and if the next, I keep wanting to say spaceport, next drone port lands on top of it, it's not going to hurt anything, it'll just look a little weird. We could do it that way. We could just take out... The coal is fine coming up from there. I don't hate that at all. If I, well, let's actually start. Let's go with this. Do we want to go up first? I don't know. Maybe I could just go over the top with this. I probably could. So let's, in fact, let's do a lift that gets us about the right height. It can go up a little more than it has to just to clear the... It's still going to probably, you know, complain that it's not... that it's intersecting with something, but not in a way that's going to matter. Neither of these is straight on, is it? That one looks less bad. The center of this is lined up with that, which would be great if I was trying to get the output. Let's just do that with it. That actually almost looks like it belongs there. It's not too bad. That must be sulfur. I must still have it with me, in fact. So that is sulfur, which is basically sulfur ore, but it's not called that. So let's change the sign on this guy, which apparently is getting a little obscured, but whatever. Sulfur. Image could be probably sulfur. I assume we have an icon for that. And that should be that. I could just copy the settings, I think, but I can also just go over here and do that. I'll make sure I know where I'm going. Get this one. So get that in there and select and rename to sulfur, and that should be all of that, right? And then while I'm here, let me look at this from the perspective it's going to go so I don't have to think. If we go to the right, it's going to be to dump sulfur into this box, which incidentally is probably going to fill up nigh instantly, but we'll see what happens. You know, just to be safe about that, let me I'm going to go ahead and build a quick release valve thingy. And just take this. This is temporary, it's just going to be for now. That, yeah, I'm just going to take this over to an input box and make it cyclical, whatever the hell you want to call it. Doesn't even have to look very good, it just has to do its job. So, we'll eventually get rid of this, and just for now, well, that's funny. You know, I'm going to get rid of that in a sec. Oh, of course I ran out. And I guess that's, you know, I could make this look not terrible, I guess. Is that in line? Not that it matters that much. That seems like it ought to be good. Yeah, it's a little diagonal, but who cares? So now anything that doesn't fit in that one box, whether it's sulfur or not, should just make its way back to this box. So now if I take all this apart, because I don't want it here anymore, and I'm going to fall out of the, yep, I knew it. Oh, let me, oh, I'd do the G thing, but I got to get rid of the little stands too. Those things. Is there a way, can you do that? Can you hit G and then, like, I don't know, Shift G? Is there a way to get two of these? Or does it replace? It replaces it, so never mind.
I found an entire cluster of berry plants.
Oh, okay. Is that good? I
It's
guess it's not bad. I don't know how it helps.
It's unusual that there's like 6 of them right here.
Where about are you?
I spotted it because I was riding a sulfur thing back to the map. I'm
trying to think now. Were these actually brought in? I can't. Probably. Oh, I can. Just barely. Are these coming in from the source, or did we just bring in a lot that are in a box somewhere? I think we must have brought it from the source. I don't remember filling up a huge bunch of this stuff.
I'm just going to go ahead and mark this because it's
yeah,
so
go ahead.
Weird.
Anyway, break this for now, and maybe that just so I have a little room without it hitting a pole. And, oh, now it's, oh, that's right. It's, okay, you know, that's easy to handle. Let's just redo this entirely. Get that out. Get that out. Give me one of these that doesn't aim, but why do I keep hitting shift to go down? Because it's any other video game it would be. Let's aim this at any altitude. I don't much care. I'm going for that box, so we'll just spin this apparently that way. Throw this in here. Be a little ugly about this because right now it's just about making sure it'll work. I don't doubt that it'll work, but it'll probably work. If I throw that there, and for that matter, I could just dump in all of the sulfur I now have. That goes this way, big line, it goes in there, and comes right back out, because why wouldn't it? Hangs a corner here, goes in there, comes back out, goes where it's going to go, which should be to, should actually just come out up here by the time I get there, yeah. So the one silly question, and then it's jammed up, of course. One silly question is whether, okay, yeah, none of these, yeah, it didn't come out here. So that's the basic, what am I doing? Wait a minute. Oh, that's jammed up, but it's also filling up this box. That's good. That's what I want to see. Great. Which will fill up, and that'll be, we'll break it, but we can build another box on top. Oh, wait, can I? No, I'm going to have to change that. I can't connect I can't spill over. I got to do something with this. What am I, damn it. Give me this, and however uglily, it's going to do that instead, which is better for us because then I can just do a one of these when it's time. I could do it right now, just put this up and flip it around. We know this is going to happen, so do that. I think what'll happen here is half of them, well, actually, they'll ultimately come up here because it's not going that way anymore. It's full. I could turn it on, but it wouldn't help much. So that's sulfur, and then our backflow, whatever you call this damn thing, is really in the way now of half of the sorting system. I can't really put anything on these if that's there. I'll have to move it at some point somewhere, but This was more just to, like, I could get rid of it now because we know it's going to work. Provided I don't put anything into the system until I've decided where it's going to go. Which I guess I can do. Don't fall down. Okay, whatever. Let's go ahead and get rid of the... I don't think it benefits me that much right now to have an overflow. Like, it does, but not in a way that... I can live without it. It's fine. I'm gonna kill these, come back, hang on. Alright, that should be that. Incidentally, the new design, because back in Update 7 we just had a big wall of these things. Someone mentioned in the comments, you know, it's like, you're doing it wrong. Because these things go to either direction, so why not just have half over here and half... The downside to that is if it's all one big row, it's a lot easier to run along and read the signs, see what you're looking for, but... And running along the middle of this is going to be, you're going to be jumping a lot or you have to fly. But we can fly now, so whatever. I think it's fine this way. I think it'll be more... Obviously, it's going to be more compact for the same functions. It'll be fine.
You're probably doing it wrong anyway by having a whole centralized location instead of a
well,
bunch
arguably,
of
yeah.
stalling
And
factories.
that was another thing we ran into, was it turns out that I probably have some on me. These, for example, being 500 things, take significantly longer to get sorted than, like, what's something that doesn't stack much. I don't know, these only go to 100, so that's, these would get torn, or those only go to 50, although we're not going to be sorting those. So yeah, if something's 500, we might want to give it a backdoor to go where it's going to go, which means we might want to consider where we want things to end up. We're fine with the sulfur going where it's going for two reasons. One is that it's right where it needs to be, and two is that since we don't need raw ore for things that often, they can just kind of end up down here. So if that's sulfur, then we can do coal, iron, bauxite, quartz, and then one more that I can find out. Limestone. Let's call it limestone. But, you know, in some order, we can just... And then beyond, when we run out of places to stash ore, we can start talking about ingots that we've already cooked but haven't used yet because we haven't decided what to make out of the ingots, if it's going to be plates or rods or whatever. And so on. I do have a list, although I'm going to want to pause this before I try to bring it up because it's in a different screen mode than this game. Let me land and I'll show you what I've got to look through and make decisions about. Hang on. Yeah, this should be something... I mean, it might be a little small, depending. You know, you can squint. Anyway, this first list is everything goes to 106. You know, a decent percentage of which... Oh, that's funny. A decent percentage of which we're not going to use. This is the same list alphabetized. I wanted to see if going alphabetical actually helped us, but it's like, let's start with control units and limiters. Then we get to aluminium, which is fine, but then alien DNA, and we're not even going to be storing those. You just throw those into the mulcher anyway, right? So here's a list in the same order that the glossary has them, but cutting out all the stuff we wouldn't be storing. So what we're talking about storing is iron plate, iron rod, wire cable, concrete, screw, reinforced plate, copper sheet, rotor, modular frame, smart plating, silica, steel beam, steel pipe, versatile framework, black powder, quartz crystal, encased beam, stator motor. You know, either you can read this or you can't. You'll find out in the end we know what we did. But that is going to be our list, is these, oh, it's 66 things. Why was I thinking it was 69? Maybe I miscounted something. So yeah, I guess we have 66 things to sort, and then a spillover, you know, a junk box for anything like the rest of these things that might somehow wind up in there with the little, you know, whether it's like animal remains or whatever we get that we don't do anything with right away. We can throw them in there to deal with later. So let me pause this and get this off my screen. Hang on. Alright, so that's on the other screen and out of the way so I can see whether I'm paused, which now I'm not. Got 10 minutes left, by the way.
Oh, okay.
But that's okay. So if we want, we can just do it in that order. Which, now that I say that, I realize that I'm halfway to the bottom of the list because I minimized it a bit. Iron plate, iron rod. We can just, yeah, set that up. I suppose. Well, first of all, we have to decide: does that mean that's iron plates and that's iron rods? Because if you come in from this angle, that would be this system, or do we want to mirror each other so we don't have to come in here? I think maybe if we start on that side, because one thing about the way the glossary is set up, I'm calling it a glossary. I don't know if that's what it's called. Ignoring ingots because we know those go to the end. Um, um, well, even including ultimately this, it starts with it's like in order. It's chronological. You can get this and this and this and this right away. You can get this pretty much a couple of minutes ago in terms of gameplay time. So I'm kind of thinking maybe if we go through the first half of the list on the side I just got that conveyor off of, because that way we can walk in from this side and just grab what we want. And if it's something a little less commonly used, it'll just be back here where we can get to it. And there will eventually be power lines so we can fly. I say let's just do that. Let's hop onto this thing. And yeah, ingots are going to go toward the end because we're not going to be using those often. We just want to know where to find them. So let's go, these of course are now in alphabetical order, so it doesn't work as well. Iron plate to start, and then we're done with that. Iron... Why? What? Weird. Iron rod. And I'll get the signs updated when I get to it. Right now it's just a lot of... Oh, damn it. Can I fly here? That would be better. Wire is next, which I thought I just... No, I didn't. Wire, basic wire, not quick wire. Followed by, if it's going to let me this time, cable. And then, concrete. You don't, it doesn't have to start with it, it has to contain it, which contain would contain con. It's funny. Concrete, right? No, maybe I've lost my, what did I just lost the plot. Hang on, wire, cable, concrete, whatever's after concrete, screw. I almost pluralized that because it seems like it should be plural. Reinforced. That guy. And then, copper sheet. Yeah, these are all things that we use all day, every day, so that's why they're front-loaded like this. What else is going on here? Rotor. Yeah, that's a little later in the game. Why do you not believe... Maybe I drifted, I don't know. No, you're just wrong. Why are you wrong? It won't let me... Oh! You don't click on the arrow as much as you think. Weird. Did I say rotor? I hope so. Copper sheet. Rotary, yeah. I'm gonna pause this and just go through the list until we have it. Hang on. Alright, so I'm halfway through this. Modular engine goes that way. That way's the junk basket. And I guess just go back to the start and get the other half of the list, which I'm... Where is that? That was number 35 was the modular engine, so... As long as we have less than 69, yeah, we're good. I don't know why it came in at 66 or whatever. Gonna get the other side done. Hang on. Fun fact, according to my list, this should be limestone and sulfur should be the next one. It probably doesn't matter, I'll just leave that as sulfur and make this one limestone. That's where that goes, and that leaves me raw quartz. And then I've got a couple of slots that I wasn't expecting to have left over. But they just say don't push anything, so why not? We can just leave those open. There might be something in the future that we'll want to allow for. So that's probably filling up a lot.
I'm trying to remember, is there a use for geysers?
Yeah, I think so. I'm not sure what they are, right? Did we use one before? Maybe.
Maybe. I happened to find this really pretty place. I'm out mushroom hunting, and it's like those places in Yellowstone where people keep dying because they went swimming.
I'm just going to throw everything I've got that's not a one-off, but I'm going to keep those. And I'm going to keep my bullets. Those bullets can go in, and I'm going to keep these. And that and that can go. That, I'll just get it all back if I need it. Those things, I'm just going to fill this thing up with whatever I've got, and then if something goes wrong, we'll know what to watch for. Which is going to be funny when I probably need those back to make more boxes, but there's room over here for anything. And then, well, now of course it's busy thinking about what I just told it, but that's part of the point. Is some of these things are like stacks of 500. They're going to get in the way of everything else, but ultimately it should work out. Arguably, if I didn't account for something, or if I got it wrong, well, if I didn't account for something, it should, assuming I had it on me at the time, should run through and end up in here. Like those, apparently. Oh, that's right, I didn't actually. Well, we could do that. Do you want basic rifle ammo in this thing, or do we ever keep it before you turn it into the stuff I actually use?
Yeah, it's going to be turned directly into the homing because
when it's done filling up, I'll just take it out, and either you can turn it into this stuff, or we can cook it into tickets. I don't care which.
Yeah, it's just a step on the way to,
right,
the laziest.
Well, like
possible.
I've got both smokeless powder and black powder in the system, although
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense if we're waiting for the... Damn it, I need power cables over here. If we're waiting for this thing to take off and come back, and right now it's doing nothing because the other side of it's jammed too, but... yeah, I mean, apart from the bullets that I shouldn't have thrown in here, apparently. If I threw in the other ones, they'd go somewhere. That's the funny part. 70... I thought I had more than that. Did they get trapped behind something? Let me go find out. I threw them in here, so they might... No, they're not in there. Did I throw them in here? Yeah. Yeah, they're right there. So if I just pull those down here, they'll start leaving. And I don't know if anything else in here. It seems like I punched all of these in. Pretty sure. Anyway, as these things fill up, we can just click on a given box. I don't know what the hell we've thrown into this thing that would count for anything yet. Those. So knowing that those are in there, you just see what it is, and then you can go change the sign. So I think at this point we're stuck with whatever we just decided. Give me that. And iron plates, and then that'll be rods, I suppose. Yeah, we can do that from the other side too when we need to. It's not really an emergency, it's just it wouldn't suck to know, apart from clicking on something, what's going to be in there when we get there. So, yeah, that's the sorting system. And then as things fill up, because that thing sure as hell has, and it's going to fill up, it's power cables. Once I get more drone ports, I can just put down power cables, and I'll get to it in a sec. Right now I'm just going to glance at this and see, yeah, this thing's 80% full-ish. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4.5. 75%-ish full, 70. That's going to jam up in a second. That's going to be the end of what we're doing until I build up another thing, which I could do any time if I happen to still have the materials. Oh, I don't have materials for a power cable either. That's funny. I need cables, I know where they are, and then I need those 3 things, which are going to be right here somewhere, so... Some of that, I need those. I just really did this stupidly. I need that. What was the 4th thing? Rods.
It's going to be annoying getting around until you have, like, the 2nd or 3rd layer, and then you can build a walkway.
Oh, I know. There's a walkway above me. Well, yeah. Ultimately, yeah. Between the two, there will be as we get higher up, but,
yeah.
Is there a cable here? There's gotta be. Let's just put these on the outside. I don't know if I have enough to do much. But we'll just jam some of these on the edge. I'll get this done. Hang on. Okay, that probably is enough to just stay in the air if I want to fly, and I think it'll get over here. Well, almost, but then from over here No, I'm not. I thought I was close enough to... Okay, whatever. There's a dead zone in the middle, I guess. Well, we'll get some stuff in here at some point that'll help with that. That's... Well, yeah, I'm gonna go get what I need to build at least one more. Probably more than one. Well, let me get this stuff. One problem, potentially, is that those are over here, even though we use them a lot, so that's a little off. I'm trying to think where in the list I had the stuff I need to make, I have the stuff I need anywhere that's not full right now. I'll just find an empty box and steal it. It's not it. It is, however, bullets. That is not it. That's not it. That's almost it. That's not too much in there. Just grab it. And then go. Oh, you know what? No, yeah, I need that. Put one of these on top of that thing so that we get. I can't tell. Like that. And then do I have these? No. I don't. Well, I gotta find. What do I need for that? What exactly is? That's what I was just looking at. Grab the Alucard, and that was here-ish. Not labeled yet, so I don't know where it is. Go over and just power cables. Just get here and get out and get in, and now we have a whole other however many it stacks to. Which, alleviates what was about to be completely full. That close, in fact. Which brings in more stuff that I can use to make more stuff. So, yeah. And we're still, making steel beams and pipes and Alucard and whatever else we need. It's all coming in from somewhere. So, yeah, and then the next one can just go on. I don't probably have the means. Yeah. I don't know where the hell steel is going. It was somewhere. Let me find it. That's here. Do I have pipes too? And I just go over here in whatever way gets me there. That is input, so I want output on this side. And then do I have enough of this to play? Don't fall. And now, yeah, we have that. And as far as, we can bridge in the two floor panels that we don't have down there for, well, we do have them, it just doesn't help us. And walk between these things and grab whatever we want. Put a sign on each level of boxes so we know what to watch for. We gotta be out of time, right? Yeah. Where the hell are you?
I was offloading a couple more of those DNA canisters.
Oh, okay.
Because I went out on a mycelium hunt, and that ended up being, oh no, spiders.
I don't know if I ever mentioned that I made a battery bank again. So, if we ever run out of power, it's not going to affect us immediately. We're pretty good.
I like how the design incorporates that little button top battery look.
Yeah, it would have to. Otherwise, it doesn't work.
Uh-huh.
You can't test it. You have to mush your thumb against it. Okay. Well. Yeah, so that's that. We'll get stuff labeled and get more stuff thrown into the system and then build it up until it stops, filling up on us. Immediately, anyway. Start using some of the stuff we're getting for things so that it's not just stacking for no reason. Probably, well, maybe next time we'll just do a ticket mulcher overflow thing so that if we do get stuff that we don't want to fill up on like that, we can valve out and have stuff just go into a mulcher to get us ticket instead of jamming at the system. That'll be next time. Meanwhile, yeah. We'll get out of here. You can like and subscribe and wish there were power poles. And click the stupid bell for notifications. And we'll see you next time. Bye.